Every day I have the misfortunate task of perusing the internet for camera deals so I can have new content that doesn't suck, like this video does. But every day I am annoyed and irked by terrible ads, weird things that shouldn't be there, but they are. We discussed them today. I saved a bunch.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
Alright, today's experiment, I am leaning towards keeping the Fuji X-H2S, selling the X-T4 and the 100-400, abandoning Fuji for wildlife, and just having it as a YouTube scrub hobo setup. Today, we're just in 1080p, but like 10-bit 422 720 megabits per second. The best 1080p ever could make. YouTubers need 10-bit 422 in their videos so they can enhance the color grading, as I'm showing you various looks that you can have that would fall apart in an 8-bit codec. And if you're in 10-bit 420, it's still not enough for YouTubers. We need this play to have the most cinematic look possible. Let's move on. So now that I have a saran-wrapped EOS R with no body cap or batteries, I'm looking for a lens, and I often search Kijiji or eBay. Canon 5D Mark VI with a 24-105, 2,500 bucks. We know that the 5D4 was the last DSLR ever made. Don't even mention the 1DX3. You're not from the future. Stop pretending that you have something new. And you said it, you doubled down. It's in your description as well. Camera doesn't exist. Roman numerals, although obsolete, have the one before. 5. 5 plus 1 is what you did. That's 6. Canon zoom lens, 25-70, 2.8 L lens. Doubled down in the description. If you're wondering why you can't sell your shit, it's because you suck at spelling numbers. Who can't spell numbers? It's just like a 1 to 10 system, and then it duplicates. We learned it in kindergarten, some of us. I failed the class myself, but there is no 25-70. That would suck if there was. I can clearly see 24 on the lens itself in your picture. Why do you annoy me? People search, oh, I wish I could find a 24-70. Oh, darn, yours didn't come up in the search. That's why you're still here. Here's what has to be the dumbest kit I've ever seen published. A photography package, Canon EOS R with lenses and flash. He will not separate this kit. I've asked. We got the 24-70 Tony 4. That was a bad purchase. A Sigma 35mm 1.4 0 3D pop. Canon 51.8, the cheapest lens ever made. You're bullshit. Canon RF 16mm 2.8. A lot of people fell for it. We all knew it was gonna be cheap and shit. It's very light, but I ain't getting that thing. Even though it would be perfect for my needs. I know that they cheaped out. There's like just, the lens is made of dust and plastic. No glass, it's plastic, it's plexiglass for sure. RF to EF adapter, I don't mind those. Battery grip, like anybody uses that. A Godox flash. What are you gonna do with that for video, you moron? Can't even use it in video, which is the only thing you should be using this for. Peak Design lens capture, what the hell is that? It's either a strap or a bag that you put your printed photos in and throw them off a cliff where they belong. Nobody's taking this for $5,500. An old-ass 1970s camera, not even wrapped in saran wrap to protect the sensor. Who needed a body cap? Thank you, Ian Corzine. I didn't want one. You think I'm happy it showed up like this. It looks safe to me. Little side rant, can someone tell me why zebras do nothing in F-Log ever? They're set to 70%. You could raise it up to the whole scene is all ghost white. Not one zebra will ever show up. F-Log 2. We're winning at life. Here's a puzzling ad. Carl Zeiss Milvis 18mm 2.8. This is one of the lenses I was considering for my saran wrapped EOS R. Why not Zeiss Pop? But how dumb would that be to have an 18mm equiv for Fuji and then just get another same lens? Is the dumbest thing. That's why I'm thinking you have the EOS R, switch to another focal length. Then you have a completely different look. What I don't understand, however, for parts or not working, also excellent condition. Which is it? That's the totally opposite ends of the totem pole on that one. One's like excellent, near perfect, it's basically brand new, but you're saving. Shopwithus.com. But it's also, it doesn't work. It's for parts mostly. It's perfect. It's an excellent condition parts camera. Like one of the best for parts thing you'll ever see doesn't work. But like the parts you'll get from this thing, nearly brand new. Just when you take it apart, you'll be like, wow, I'm the one damaging this lens. It's so perfect. I'm breaking it. Why am I doing this? Did it work? I should have tested it first. I think it's excellent. What is this? Should be $7. Here's one for you photographers who keep telling me get a video camera. Why don't you just shoot a video camera? I take pictures. Helen, there's a mountain goat. Go see if you can pet him. Oh, man. How come you weren't as stable on the cliff as he was? You fell. Oh no, my shutter speed was... Oh, that wasn't the correct shutter speed to capture that amount of emotion. I didn't think you would fall. It was a thin cliff, but I didn't even get the shot. That sucks. I'm just gonna delete the photo. I feel good about that. What's that, sir? You're looking for action shots of man versus beast on a cliff? I just had a goat. He trampled my wife. She's dead. But I deleted the photo. You wouldn't have wanted it. It was kind of blurry. What's that? You needed the blur in the shot to convey the speed of which somebody might fall on a cliff. I had the perfect shot. It's okay. I could probably do it again. How much would you have paid for that? $70 million? That seems overpriced. No? Yeah, I think I could have really used that for the funeral costs. You're a loser. So this is the kind of pile of fart storm you're gonna get if you want to shoot a video camera. Just get a video camera. $5,000 and $500. For what size sensor is that? The CMOS, oh, it's actually APS-C, Super 35, that's actually pretty good. 4K RAW? Wow. 240p, 2K RAW. Why aren't I making an offer? This is the best camera I've ever seen. 14 stops at dynamic range? Why didn't you tell me video cameras were so good? Why does he want a C70 though? He would trade it for a C70. That's suspicious. Is it the Sony color science that you don't? Yeah, we found it, didn't we? You piece of shit. Speaking of Sony color science, a little side tangent. 240 frames on this Fuji X-H2S is utter trash with the noise pattern, but I feel like potentially it's actually sharper than the Sony. It's just so noisy as to be unusable. I'm doing a bunch of little side-by-sides here at various ISO ranges, if I even remember what I shot at. I don't. Is it better than the Sony somehow? I know once you go up to 12,800, it's definitely not. Definitely not, but Sony, it gets soft. It gets soft at that 12,800, but they get rid of the noise. I don't know, man. This hurts. It hurts me, but I am leaning towards keeping this now. For some reason, I don't know what happened. Maybe it's because nobody will buy it. So that's why I just switched to nostalgic neg, realizing that I was so underexposed as to be unusable. This looks terrible. Oh, wow, you really have to brighten that shit. I wanted to keep base ISO. I still see no zebras. There's one over there. Is that too bright? I don't know how to expose. This is my main problem. Not being able to expose an image. I got raccoon eyes. This is the worst lighting I've ever done. Canon R5, no battery, $5,000. You can't test if it works. It's more money than it is brand new. I think I've seen it $48.99 maybe, plus tax, but what's 13% on top? Nothing, almost. That's close to new, buddy, with no battery either. Sure, I also highly priced my Fuji X-H2S, but it's new on the market. People might appreciate having something new. You got no lens or battery. You switched to Sony. That was your first mistake. You're already having karma come to you once you see the skin tone colors. You're gonna have a mistake. Now, I didn't want to have to do this to you, but I have to show you in person what Sony colors can do to your face. Bad things to good people, well-meaning people. Yeah, we just switched to Sony, and this is the disgustingness that awaits that guy that had the best camera on earth, R5. Now you're done. You're done for. Sony video camera for sale. This is the kind of stuff that videographers have to deal with. I know that last camcorder was pretty good. Not gonna lie to you. But this one, $6,100 for nothing. This thing is not HD. This is the kind of stuff we get. Like the worst specs, tiny sensor. It might have one of those stupid 3 sensor things, each tinier than the last. Nothing good here. No slow-mo. Feels like not too bad of a deal until you realize that it's sold by Satan. I'm just throwing that out there. Sure, he spelt it wrong, but that's Satan. That's what he would do to you. Say, oh, you're shooting video, right? Here's a video camera. Here you go. Deceiving us. The great deceiver of life. Don't trust a Sony reptilian Satan. Don't do it. All right, last thing. It's a step-up ring confusion mystery. I wouldn't mind having a step-up ring. I was Googling some. I have that Voigtlander 35mm, 21.4. 1.2. Oh, wow. I was humble in the wrong direction. So a flatter sent a gift. And sometimes I wouldn't mind using that outside, but 1.2, it's like, there ain't a shutter speed in the world that could handle that. So I was thinking, little step-up ring and filter. Cinema could be yours. This guy, he has a A6400. Sorry, you fell for that trend. I'm looking to attach a 52mm wide-angle lens on it. You're stupid. One of those adapters, you suck. The lens is 50mm though. Will the 49 to 52 work? Or should I find a 50? For those who don't know, all lenses have a size in millimeters. 49mm, you need a 49mm filter to screw on that. Any other number will not work. You know it won't work. So you have a 50mm? Will the 49 to 50? No, of course not. Unless you glue it on. Are you going to do that? I doubt it. The problem is Dave E. stands for energetic, but wrong. Yes, this has worked for me with several different lens sizes. Not unless the filter didn't match the size of the lens. You didn't understand his question at all. You glanced over it. Try going to work for once in your life. Just slow down. Just pay attention. What's happening around you right now? Just take a deep breath. This is not so bad. I was confused before, but if I just laid on a hardwood floor with my own thoughts for 10 minutes, I'd realize everything was gonna be okay. And it is. Unless you take this jackass's advice, you buy a 49mm thread, it ain't gonna fit. Sony Color Science has once again blessed our hearts. Size Battis. Huh? I'm thinking if I get the 24mm 1.4 for the Canon, that might leave room to sell this Battis. And then the 20mm is the Sony's lens now. I'm just throwing that out there. But will the 24mm L Mark 1 or 2 have 3D pop? I'm doubting it. I doubt it hard. I saw one really cheap, the Mark 2, but it had a tiny scratch on the lens, and I was like, that's really bad. It might not show up, but it probably might. You know? So, what do you think of that? If you ever want to send one of these to me, vegetablepolice@gmail.com. Although I'm warning you, every time somebody emails me something they think is funny, it's not even close to funny. So I just ignore them, if not ban them for life from my life. We're done. Fuji, Sony.